It's an amazing story of a boy named Bhondu.
Bhondu lived in a small village in North India. Life was simple there. The village was surrounded by lush green fields and dotted with traditional houses made of mud and thatch. The air was filled with the sounds of birds chirping and the occasional mooing of cows. It was a place where everyone knew each other, and life moved at a slow, unhurried pace. People worked hard in the fields. From dawn till dusk, men and women toiled under the sun, planting seeds, watering crops, and harvesting the fruits of their labor. The fields were their lifeline, providing food and sustenance for their families. The work was tough, but it was also fulfilling. There was a sense of pride in what they did, a connection to the land that had been passed down through generations. Children ran and played under the open sky. They chased each other through the fields, their laughter echoing in the air. They climbed trees, played games, and made up stories. The village was their playground, and every day was an adventure. They were free to explore, to dream, and to be themselves. Bhondu was a quiet boy. He was different from the other children. While they played and laughed, he preferred to sit quietly and watch. He was an observer, taking in the world around him with wide, curious eyes. He noticed things that others didn't. The way the leaves rustled in the wind, the patterns in the clouds, the tiny insects that crawled on the ground. He preferred to watch the world go by. He would sit for hours, just watching, lost in his own thoughts. He was content in his own company, finding joy in the simple things. The other children didn't understand him, but he didn't mind. He had his own way of seeing the world, and that was enough for him.
The other children thought he was slow. They didn't understand him. Bhondu didn't mind. He knew he was different, but he also knew that being different wasn't a bad thing. He had a rich inner world, full of imagination and curiosity. He would sit under the banyan tree, lost in his thoughts, dreaming of far-off places and adventures. He had a secret world inside his head, a world where anything was possible. He would imagine himself as a great explorer, discovering new lands, or a brave warrior fighting for justice. His mind was a treasure trove of stories and ideas, a place where he could escape from the mundane realities of village life. A world full of stories and curiosity. Bhondu's imagination knew no bounds. He was always thinking, always dreaming. He saw the world not just as it was, but as it could be, and in that he found his strength. He may have been quiet and different, but he was also unique and special, and that made all the difference. While other children played games, Bhondu told himself stories. He imagined a different world. He dreamed of machines that could fly and talk. He was fascinated by the stars and the moon.
Bhondu's imagination was his escape. It helped him rise above the poverty and limitations of his village life. He yearned for knowledge, for a way to make his dreams a reality.
Section 5, A New World Opens. With access to the internet, Bhondu's world expanded. He learned about programming languages. He connected with people who shared his passion for technology. He spent hours learning, coding, and creating.
His talent did not go unnoticed. A multinational company saw his potential. They offered him a job. Bhondu, the boy from the village, had become a skilled software developer.